Test, test. Sound is good, I think. See? See, senor. All right, what's up, guys? I didn't buy it yet. I'm still looking at them. I'm like the type that when I have a major purchase, like I have to research every single thing about it. Okay, let's take a look at the daily chart real quick, and then because I didn't look at the chart today at all or anything, I need to kind of like, which will be good for you guys. I need to do like a, is it going nuts? I need to do like a better, like more top-down analysis here. All right, let's do it. Okay, so looking at the daily chart, looks like it tapped into this area that we've had on our chart forever. It went half back, like, oh, what a quinkadink. Kind of funny. I still think it needs to half back this area, though. All right, so we had a doji day today. We're still inside the previous day there. So we'll probably see a reversal up, so I'd expect this session to probably be up. All right, so yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, so if you guys are, everyone needs to do this, everybody. So I need you guys to all come into here and agree to the NDA. Like anything that you learn here, see in here, you're not allowed to share it in public, period. Like no sharing allowed. Yeah, it looks good, man. And I won't just come after you legally, I'll come after you physically too. So don't share it, guys. For your own personal health and safety. Don't share any strategies you learn. Okay. Some motherfuckers are like, "Gee, is he serious right now?" But seriously though, like why share it? Because it makes no sense to share it. Then other people steal it from us, and it won't work as well. All right, so it looks like it tapped into there. Ended up closing pretty much right where it opened up at. So there's the opening right there. Closed just a little bit above it. And this move here was redelivering that move down. Oh, what do you guys know? To the tick again. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Look at that. Kind of funny. So when we put a zone on our chart, like it's not, you know what? Actually, I'm going to change that right now. It's not that's not the zone. That is the zone. Our zone is a tick wide. Like that's what we're looking for. What do you mean the SV? You're still confused by it. So like, if you think about like, you have to put your like, the whole redelivery thing all stems from the fact that. Hold on, let's just write it out for you. It'll be a lot easier to understand. I hate when it does that, man. CME provides institutions and retail traders, right? So it's both institutions and retail traders. Their thing is that they want people to keep trading with their platforms here. So they are really big on it must be fair for both the retail trader and the institution. So if someone enters into the market and it causes a really big fast movement, they have an algorithm that repairs that and redelivers it. That's what I mean by redelivery. So you find it by identifying areas of expansion where price moved quickly. So like when you look at an area, you want to ask like, did both buyers and sellers participate when on this move down? No, it was selling only. So there you go. Then you know that price must redeliver up to here at some point. Just like this area, if we drop down here, was this one big ass candle down? So the only way a candle's bigger is if it went faster. So if you have a really large candle, you know that price moved incredibly fast in comparison to the others. So this candle is like the biggest one I see, right? So we know that that was like probably the fastest price movement in this 4 hour period. That's not fair delivery because only someone sold a big lot there and it caused the price to move down quickly. So that's why you saw, oh, to the tick redelivery. You know, it's just not, I don't even have it all the way right. Watch, it's to the tick precision because algorithms don't have, they're perfect because there's no discretion among them. It must be perfect. Oh, I think it's within a tick. Okay. Like, I mean, that makes sense to you, bud? So we had a big drop there. What could it be reaching for is what I'm asking myself next. Like, what could it be reaching for? And later I want to talk about our trading principles, like what's important to us as traders and how do we continue to hold those in high regards to our trading. So there are a couple of areas down here that need to be redelivered to, especially this one. Okay, let's look at ES here. I'm already on gold. Let me look at gold real quick. So I bought a evaluation with a forex company yesterday. I said never seen a discount like that with a forex company. I don't trust them. I'm sure I won't get paid out if I get funded, but it was just so cheap. It was crazy. Forex funding's so damn expensive, man. Like $500 for a 50K eval. Like, what are they smoking, dude? Like, why would you go that route when you have futures? You know, other than the swing trading thing, I get that, but other than that, there's no reason for it. Okay, so gold. Interesting. So gold looks like it needs to come lower to me, down into here. So first it may redeliver up to this area here, and then I'll take a crack at it short once it taps into that area. All right, let's look at ES now. Let's see what these. Oh, it's probably a failure swing, guys. I just thought about. I just realized that's probably a failure swing. Okay, so if this was a high time frame rotation, which it was an hourly rotation, it's probably this rotation might. We'll have to see here, but kind of sucky here because we're right in the middle of the session right there. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes, but I don't really see much opportunity right at the moment for ES and NQ, anyways. So they definitely need to come down a little bit lower, both of them. I might take like a little short scalp if the opportunity presents itself here. Do you make redeliver from the candle to candle or from the entire move? What do you mean? Can you clarify a little bit for me? What you mean by that? Like what exactly are you asking? I hate when NQ's doing this kind of like these kind of trends where it's like big move and it's kind of odd. Oh yeah, then the entire candle, yeah. Because on some time frame, like some people say only use the bodies, but like on some time frame that is not a wick, right? On some time frame, part of that wick is probably a candle. So to me, that makes it it needs to be fractal. If that makes sense. Maybe this tap down was what it was reaching for. It's right into here. I still think it needs to come down a little bit lower though. Into here. All right, so we filled that volume imbalance there, kind of tapping into this area here. Mm. Is he speaking in 25 minutes? Yeah, right now there's not too much opportunity. Like you could do micro scalps, but I don't see really like that's worth the risk, you know? Can you go through and through what you see and look for to take a good trade? I don't trade with the daily bias. So, yeah. I may have like a general direction I believe it's going, but I no longer I used to do that. I no longer trade with the daily bias. Because what happens to me personally, man, is I get offsides, right? And you're seeing what I like what you're pretty much asking is what I just did. Like I looked at the daily chart, I looked at the hourly chart, and then I'm now here on the 30-second or on the 1 minute chart. So you just like what I do, that's pretty much like what I do. I just look for areas where I think price needs to go to, and then I wait for it to give me enough clues that lead me to believe that okay, now it's actually going there, and I can get in at this low risk kind of opportunity here to take it in that direction. Yeah, you just saw my whole routine like that. That's it. Like what we just did. But ask me after I turn off the YouTube, and I can give you some more information on it. It's just I don't want to give up my like this is public on YouTube, so I'm not trying to give up all of my goods. You know what I'm saying? But I will shut it off, and then like at the end of the stream, I'll walk you through it step by step. No, I trade New York session too. Yeah, I think it would look like an obsession to me too. Yeah, I just still think it needs to come a little bit lower first, but I could be mistaken. We haven't had a crack in correlation that I can see. But it does. So right now, it does look like it's bullish. Yeah, I agree though. Like I think we're going back up after that doji day for sure. 2-0. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I think up here for sure. Yeah, at least to that red line at some point. I'm not sure if it's going to drop down first or not. So this was like a high time frame redelivery. So then this could have been the hourly redelivery here, and then this is a bullish swing. I'm just not sure if it's done yet. I guess that's what we need to kind of figure out here. So once it redelivers to the upside, then it will redeliver to the downside. After that, it will redeliver to the upside, and then down, and then it didn't really redeliver right there, right? So yeah, it missed the mark. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a short here. This is what I was waiting for here. It is a scalp. I'm not looking for a whole lot out of it. So it's half back. Hmm. Nah, it did overshoot it. We'll have to see here. Kind of looks a little bit. I don't really like that it overshot it. But it could just be tapping into that candle's close there, which it did. Nice. Good move, bro. Nice trade. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go short here. All right. Horrible fill, jeez. Horrible. I need to drop down to see where I can hide my stop. So you can trade with Nasdaq with pretty small stop losses if you understand like market structure and hide it behind areas. So that's why I dropped down here so I can see like, okay, there's a volume imbalance there. Like it could pop up to there. I don't think I'm willing to hold all the way up to there, but that's where I would put my stop is behind there. No, it's already there. Alright, so I cut it there. I don't like how it pushed above there. We'll see if this gets below that volume imbalance there. It's kind of a little jumpy today. Let's look at gold. I'm not really feeling Nasdaq right now. Alright, so it did redeliver to that candle's low there. It's not bad. Where's DXY at? There it is. Yeah, so DXY needs to go up. Redeliver higher. Yeah, so we have a doji. Alright, that's a good sign for a reversal. I think if we see a low time frame crack and correlation, that would definitely help identify if this is going to reverse or not. Yeah, I think you might be right, man. It does seem really bullish right now. There's no crack and correlation yet. It's violated this area here. And we'll see though. Like usually if it gets above the 80% on a retracement here, it's most of the time it's like 99%. Like most of the time it's going to lead to a reversal of sorts. If it stops at the 80, I mean, it will lead to a reversal, but if it goes past it, it's usually a good sign that it's going to take it out. And we have a strong high here, though, so if it definitely takes out this high, it's a really, really bullish sign. What area? Which, this right here, I'm just marking the high. So when I go back to the high time frame, I know, I can see it. I think for me personally, I'm a little bit too late to go long here. Like maybe if it dropped down into this area right here, I'd be cool with it. Yeah, there she goes. Alright, now let's see if we have a cracking correlation here. So like if ES takes out that high right here, and NQ does not, I'll probably just short it. Because I do still believe it needs to go lower. Well, we have to give it a second here because it's still on a very low time frame. In this box? No. I should have already took it off my chart a minute ago. But by violating it, and because this area could have held as resistance, it did for a moment, like it did on that push, and then led to the move down. But once it like pushed above it and violated the 50%, that's usually like a good sign that it's gonna go a little bit higher. But now we just had a SMC soup print here. So all I need to see now is Nasdaq to break this trend it's in, and I can short it and take it down into here. All right, so we have a little push below there. I want to see it close below it. I just want to see it's kind of like push a little bit harder here. Once it like pushes down, you know, like right, maybe takes out that cancel, I'll go and short it, put my stop right above there. I just want to see like a close on the other side of it there, because I've had it a lot of times with these lower time frame setups here, where it will like do it for a second and then it just kind of ends up like pushing right back into it and then goes up. So I like that. But if it does reject right here and push away from the 80%, that's the 80% level. If it does push away from it, yeah, I'll just go ahead and short it right here. Because then I'm only risking, well, I thought it'd be a lot less points than that. Gee, it's really volatile right now. Sup, bro? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I am trading. I'm literally just trading what price is showing me now. Yes, it's all market generated information. Yes, sir. Because there's no other option. Like, what am I like? You guys aren't here to see me just talk, so I'm here. You guys are here to watch me trade. So kind of like forcing it right now. Yeah. What's up, Beans? How you doing, man? All right, now I'm watching ES because if ES pushes up higher here, it will cause Nasdaq to break through this area and go higher. Because there is an area that it definitely needs to go to there. I understand that. I just believe it needs to re-deliver lower and then up. But if it does not start pushing down, if ES doesn't start pushing down, it's going to cause Nasdaq to continue upward. But we have an SMC soup here, a very fire one. 24, 45. Looks good. And the 10-minute looks pretty bullish though on ES. All right, so let me get out the risk to reward tool here so I can measure it. All right, now I want to know like where is 1 and 0.3 at? Where can I start like scaling out? When can I take one off to make the trade free? That's a good question. That's hard to answer for person to person, but for me personally, when I'll stop trading if I'm having a bad day and I start getting angry and doing damage to any of my accounts. I'll usually stop. But for me, I need to stop only trade for like 30 to 45 minutes at a time. That's the only way that I can be profitable. Anytime that I've like pushed that aside and tried to trade longer on a daily basis, it leads to me losing money. The only times that I've consistently been profitable is when I'm only trading for 30-minute windows, and I take a break, at least a 15-minute break. Like that for me personally, I have to do that. And then for winning days, I would say like, what's your average losing day? And then your winning day should be at least 2 times that. Me trading, yeah, for me it's a market structure only. I use trend lines more of like as a tool, just to like view where price might, you know, swing up from. But if it is really precise, I will take it. If it's a really nice trend line touch or something. Usually just tools to identify trends when they're over. In meme coins, though, I use trend lines a lot more because in meme coins, they are extremely powerful. All right, so I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna see if it'll push down one more time to let me out. Yeah, I'm gonna get out right there. ES is just popping. It's just it should already gone. It may like double top here again and then go down, but I want to wait for it to like do a serious push here. It's just chopping me up. But it's a good thing because you had expansion, you know, consolidation, it should retrace. And let's look at some. Right when I give up is right when it's gonna crack. Watch. Yeah, there it goes. All right. I'm gonna enter with one contract here because I think it needs to push back up. See that? I chased it out of anger and frustration. I should have waited for it to like pop back up and I could enter short. Very little risk. But I entered out of anger right there. So I went through and put pretty much every futures product on here because I just want to kind of start studying other ones. Like I really like this one has pretty decent price action. Does anyone trade this in KD? It trades really nice. Like it's obvious, it's clear as day. Like it needs to come up to here. It's in a little broad information. It's thin, is it thin? Yeah, especially during Asia, huh? Yeah, it definitely needs to come up to here though. There she, there she goes. Let's take a look at and see what YM's doing here. All right, why this is just like stopping us up and start doing it. Let's go over trading principles and like get an idea of like what mine are, and let's see what some of your guys's are. I'll explain what I mean by trading principles here. Trading principles. Okay. So by trading principles, I mean like areas of your trading or things that you do in your trading that are like a must. Like whether that be proper risk management, and then like what specifically about that is a principle to you that you're absolutely 100% you should stick to for you to be profitable. Like I'll start here. I'll start first here. Like the first one for me would be scaling out. Like that is a principle of my trading. That is a must. And then I would say above that would be like um, small losses. Anyone got any trading principles that they hold in high regard? Hey, what up, my dude? What's up? Oh, so that trade ended up working out, actually. Hold on. Okay, so finally give up the goods. That's still an SMC soup there. So we should be going down to at least here. So I'm gonna go and add on one here as it is expanding down. And I'll move my stop to below right there. That's still 9 points. I'll have to move it above that wick there. It's the only place that makes sense to me. All right, there it goes, guys. As predicted. So right here, right into this area, which you also have a volume imbalance there. So I want to go ahead and take one off, right? Like my risk here is like 2 or 3 points. I think my initial risk was probably bigger, but I would say that's my initial risk there. Um, so leave it on at 30 seconds so I don't get, or I mean 3 minutes so I don't have to look at these little twists and turns. So pretty close there. It was within a point or two, but we should continue down here further. I'm gonna go ahead and take one off though to make the trade risk free, right? Like I'm risking 6 points. We're now 13 points away. That's 2R. So I can go ahead and take one off, easily there. Only trade your setup. I like that one. I like that one. So right now we're just talking about trading principles. Like any principle that you in your trading that you hold in a high regard that is a must for you to be profitable. And this way we can get a good idea of like what other people hold in high regard in their trading. Positive mindset. Ooh, that's a very good one. Make sure you guys participate. Like if you just are watching, you're not going to learn near as much. But if you actually participate, you'll learn a lot more. All right, so we just came in a half back there. Pretty sure. Up to double check here. Yeah, like to the tick there, guys. Like that. Bam. And go ahead and take that stupid ass trend line off my chart. So I'm gonna go ahead and add on to this here as soon as it like takes out that candle's low. Take profit instead of watching it disappear. Ooh, that's a good one. Trade in certain time windows. I like it. You guys are on fire, man. And there is no wrong answer because this is your trading principles, not mine. So there's no wrong answers, guys. All right, there it is. I'm going to add back what I took off there. And now I can move my stop down. Right? Beautiful, beautiful. Like, guys, can ask for a better move here. All right, and we have that big gap. It's going to have to come back and fill that in. We know that, right? So there's target, but I don't want to cut it yet because it hasn't shown me any kind of weakness yet. And it still has one. Okay. Positive mindset. Only trade your setup. Trade in certain time windows. Take profit instead of watching them disappear. All right. A lot of you guys haven't thrown one in. What about you, Gary? Norwood, Thomas, Marcel, Chris, what up, guys? Dan, what's up? Cloud, what's up, guys? What are you guys' trading principles? Always to delete account. Why had you on discipline? Ooh, that's a good one. Yes, yes. I think another one for me is scaling out. Like if I don't scale out, I can't be profitable. Exactly. Use a stop loss. Yes, 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 yes. Very, very good. Well, some of these may sound basic, but if you look at yourself, like some of these, on occasion, I don't do it. Okay, so we're still one time framing there. So another principle for me is use one time framing for my last contract exit. Like that is like a key to me being profitable. Like without it, I'm not. If I guarantee you, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be profitable. I already know I wouldn't be because that adds so much extra, reward to my risk. On average, it's probably like insane. Like the impact that has on my profitability is probably off the charts. And acknowledge till and take action. I like it. Moves SL to break even. Gotcha, gotcha. Patience to wait for your setup. Yes, that's very hard to do sometimes. I struggle with that one personally. Now, like some of these might be ones that you guys follow, but I don't, or vice versa. But it's do not overtrade. Yes. Ooh, good guys are killing it. Trade on side with market structure. Yes. And it's hard to disagree with any of them. You know what I'm saying? Um, missing in trade. You're missing trading a lot, Aaron. Nice. Well, welcome back. Keep profits. Yes, that's very keep profits twice as big as losses. Yeah, it has to be, man. That's a like the risk to reward ratio needs to be for days, weeks, months. If you have a profitable, if your largest losing month is bigger than your average winning month, you won't be profitable long term. Do not overtrade that. Yes, yes. And now every single one of these guys, you can turn it into a rule, right? All right, so one time framing ended there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Very nice trade though. So 33 down to, I didn't catch all of it, but if I would have caught all of it, that's a 50-point trade right there. Drops Mike. So I think this is a failure swing here. So maybe has one more push down and then it fails and bounces there. I think that would be a really good trade. So now if it rejects at, we'll see if it rejects there. Clear my mind before opening chart. Yeah. Exactly. We know what needs to be done, but you're not willing to do it. Yes. That's so true. Most of you know exactly what you need to do to become profitable. You're just unwilling to do it. Like, let's just keep it real. Like, I know unwilling is like kind of a fucked way to say it, but if in reality, that is the situation. All right. So I kind of want to trade Bitcoin while he's talking. Usually Bitcoin has big reactions to what that dude says. My rules are don't trade emotional. Yeah. Yesterday I was really emotional for some reason. I wish I wouldn't have traded yesterday. And it wasn't like anything bad in my life. I was just like a really emotional reactive for some reason. Trade a prepared chart, take trades in zones identified. Don't worry about price action. Yes, dude, on point as fuck, bro. On point, bro. As always, dude. So I think Bitcoin's gonna go lower here. I'm just not sure if it's gonna try to tap into there. No, there it goes. All right, so NQ did it at phase one and then rejected there. So now I'm gonna trade this push down here into 470, which would be about 20 points. So I'm gonna risk 6 to make 20. I think that's pretty decent. And my order did not go through. Thank goodness. Yeah, no, that's very true. Like, I remember when he was in office last time. Every time he talked, it moved the market. Every tweet. All right, there it goes. I don't. Does anyone know what he's actually talking about though? I'm not sure what he's actually talking about. All right, so there's a volume imbalance there. Let me make sure my stop's far enough away here. Another principle of mine is don't add into losing trades. That's a big one. Like, that's something that's costing me a lot of money. Boom. Yes, sir. Boom. Money on money, bruh. We making money, bruh. All right, so I'm up $70 gain on that. Not too shabby. I'm gonna close it though. We'll see. It's a very nice move. So I put up $46. They gave me $34,000 of Bitcoin to control. Less than 1% of my capital is in this trade. It's literally like getting a loan for $34,550. It's insane that they even offer this. It's crazy. Biggest lever that you can pull in terms of leverage in the game. Like there's nothing else like it. Other than maybe prop firms. Prop firms offer really big leverage too. Oh, gotcha. Exactly. Yeah. Except for, and then they don't even take that big a fee considering you're putting up less than 1% of the capital you're trading with. It's pretty crazy. Like a credit card is going to take 20%, and they don't even take that. It's pretty close to 20%. I'd imagine it's pretty close. It probably is like 20%, so it's about the same same kind of fee. That's why when people bitch about the fees on there, I'm like, what are you bitching about? I don't get it. Like, what are you complaining about? Like, you just literally controlled $100,000 of Bitcoin, and you're complaining about $8. Like, whatever it may be, it depends on your gain. But where you going, Sterling? Where you going, bro? Why you out? What you got to do? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. If you're saying you're like gonna go mow the lawn or something, though, I was gonna be like, bro, priorities. But like, it's cool. Kids, yeah. I say fuck them, but whatever. What's your about? I'm just playing, guys. Okay, so that's definitely a bullish reaction there. I want to get out of this if I can. Okay. Maybe it's one of those weird trends like it did right here. So reversal patterns kind of will repeat over and over again on different time frames. So this is kind of like a reversal pattern here, and then it dropped. So it does look similar, just much, much smaller. So if that's the case, it's probably going to double top and then roll over. Whereas maybe it's going to go half back. So you had a bearish swing, a bullish swing, a bearish swing, a bullish swing, a bearish swing, a bullish swing. So now it should be a bearish one down, I would think. If it still holds this area here, I'll cut it though. Very nice. So now I just want to see, I don't want to see this offer support here. This volume imbalance, I don't want to see it offer support. We'll give it a second here to see if it's going to go through it. And then after it goes through it, I can move my stop to like right here, because if it comes back up there, then I'm wrong, right? I'm going to take one off right there. All right, so there's like, I don't know. No, it's 2 moves with 2 trades we caught, so I took a loss on the first one. And a small loss on the second one. And then third one, like 30 points. And then this one, so now we're at, another 30-point move there, so 60 points profit. Because I was down about $1,200 in the count. Now I'm almost to break even there. All right, so kind of overshot the failure swing level there. Let's go ahead and measure this here. But it's Fibonacci's aren't very precise either, though. So I'll just implement one time framing here. Oh, damn, I didn't realize that there's another one I made. I turned $22 into $102 as well. Okay, and this is why you implement one time framing, guys. Like, setting orders to take you out of the market, those are called limit profit orders. Not limit orders, but limit your profit orders. That's all they do, guys. Like, if you, and someone was complaining in the comments of a video I made about Take Profit Trader. He was trying to accuse Take Profit Trader of widening the spreads or not letting his take profit be hit. He's like, I've had at least 100 trades go within a point to my take profit and then reverse, and I end up taking a loss. Why would you put a order there and be like, it either hits it or I'm getting stopped out? Like, it's a dynamic market and you're going to trade it in a non-dynamic way and expect to be profitable. To me, that is just like, I don't know. It's just like blasphemy to me. Like, why would you do that? Like, that seems so just not very bright, man. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. If it works for you, cool, but I'm just saying for me, that, yeah, I would not be profitable by trade that way. I think it would make anybody, be really challenging for anybody. But if you implement one time frame, over a set of like 100 trades, like you think, so out of 100 trades, let's say 45 of them, you get an average of an extra 4 points. So you start doing math on here. So 45 trades times an average of 4 points extra equals 180 points times 20. That's an extra $3,600. So if you say, like, in an evaluation, maybe let's say you take 100 trades, right? Like, that could be the difference from you blowing up or getting a fucking payout, right? Like, these little levers you can pull in your trading to like leverage your odds of success. they are just, I don't know, it's hard to like grasp how much of a difference it's going to make in your guys' trading, especially if you start stacking them on top of each other, like saving your stop. That's going to save you an extra 2 points for loss. You take 50 losses, you got 100 points, 100 times 20, that's $2,000 extra over a set amount of 100 losses. I mean, over 50 losses. So just those two levers right there probably make every single one of you fucking profitable, unless you just have a horrible ass strategy. Mic drop, boom. Pulling levers, yo. Like those are just odd enhancers, odds of success. Still needs to come lower. So they're gonna give me $76,000 to control right now, and I only put up $100. That's it. But I'm trading with almost $100,000 of size. Like, pretty dope. I didn't think about the. No, we're good. We're good. We're straight. We're good. Okay, so now it's reversing back up. We know it's probably not a failure swing. So then it probably means it's going lower. Like, unless ES hit the failure swing level here, which it has not. So now we have a tap into there. If it's really bearish, it probably reverses right here, but it hasn't quite tapped into there yet. Let's see about the trend line here. Nah, still got to come up a little higher. All right, here comes my profit here. So once it comes down to here, that's 200 points away. Should be a pretty decent gain. All right, so it did reverse right there. Go ahead and put one contract on because I think there might be a chance it tries to pop up again here. And I gotta be risking too much there. Oh, snap. Let's get that money. So every 100% gain is going to lead to $100 gain. So if you think like right here, it should be like a 200% gain, maybe 250. All right, so I'm kind of concerned like there might be like with Bitcoin especially, one chart can show you something else because it's not a centralized exchange, right? So different prices kind of weighing back and forth. So I'm going to cut it here at 100%. Because like right now it could have just touched in that high on another chart, which makes this chart go up, if that makes sense. I probably should have took it off at 80 right there because it's very close, right? And the way it's reacting, we'll see what it does when it touches into this candle here. Does it push away from it? But I probably should have just took the $80 gain and been cool with it. So Bitcoin, the way it works, like what it does in the last minute, like does it close on the low or is it going to close on the high? It has a lot of pull on what the next candle does. All right, so it did push up. That's why I only put one on there. And then a savage rejection. Savage. I don't trust it though. All right, but the last four candles closed the same way. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. When's the last time it had 5 candles down? More than 5 candles down. like never. So for me to expect this candle to go down is kind of silly. So I'm probably just gonna eat this loss. Yeah, that sucks. It sucks because especially because I could have took it off with a profit, but I got greedy. All right, guys. Any questions, guys? We've been on here for about an hour now, so I'm pretty happy with my trading. I think we did really good, so definitely can't complain. You guys can't complain, that's for sure. And then as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn up YouTube and I'll answer your question a little bit more in depth. That question you asked earlier. Yeah, so with Bitcoin, like what I should have done here, like, especially if I entered like it kind of follows the same kind of price action for a little bit of time. But if you look here, like when was the last time it had more than 5 candles in a row? So you had 5 candles down here. Like when was the last time it had 6? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the only other time, and that's like if you think about every pullback, it's pretty rare that it's going to do that. So I should have seen this and like this is probably the last candle, down candle before it reverses up. I should have seen that and did that, but I didn't do that. And then often what it does in the last minute will dictate like the next direction of the last. All right, so I look at Bitcoin in 5-minute time frames. So understanding what it does on the last minute is probably going to dictate what the next candle does. So if on the last minute of a 5-minute segment, so like let's say the 5-minute candle opened up at 5 p.m. and then from 5:54 to the opening of the next 5 minute, it went up. It probably leads to an up move on the next candle. Oh, it's really volatile right now. Like that's a fucking savage candle there. Does that make sense? So that's a 600-point candle. Jesus. So like right now it's 23 after. I know that it has this candle is a 5-minute candle that has 2 minutes left. Yeah, it went up. So if it's going to retrace, it probably in the next minute will probably go down. I'm gonna have to lower the leverage here though. It's too volatile. Like I got stopped out on that, and normally I wouldn't not have on a little like. That's the problem with high leverage. Like it can be tough to trade within it. We'll see if I got stopped out. So if we go to 5-minute here, I'm looking at like how is this candle going to close? Is it going to close on the high? Probably not. Like that's a really big candle. So this candle's about to close. The next one opens up will be the last candle in a 5-minute candle. I'm looking at it in a fractal manner. Like I'm breaking up a 5-minute candle into 5 candles and looking at how that candle forms. And don't you do it. All right, there we go. No. It kind of looks like a pennant though. This is usually a bullish kind of pattern on Bitcoin. All right. Yeah, so it's probably bullish now, guys. Like that move up there kind of violating this area here. I would say that the chart looks pretty bullish at this point. So if it touches into this candle's low right here and finds support, I will take a crack at it long, put my stop right about where that second line's out there. But I would say like going forward, what we should be looking for on Nasdaq here is a move up, right? And I say that because this is a doji on the daily chart. We've had massive expansion down. Right. It doesn't guarantee a reversal, but it kind of follows the same playbook over and over again. Like it has expansion where you have multiple candles in a row, a doji, and then it takes out that doji and retraces, and that kind of like a doji kind of signifies the retracement. So I would have been up 100% there for sure, probably. So I'm gonna get ready to cut this. It might come down a little bit lower though. So now if we look at a 5-minute candle, so you see how that last minute candle was down, right? This was the last, where is it at? This was the last candle of that 5-minute period. So it led to a bearish candle on a 5-minute chart. Just like this was the last candle of a 5 minutes, and then it led to a bullish move up. Hopefully that makes sense. So I hate 500% or 500 times leverage because of this. If that was 1,000, I'd be up really big right now, even 750. Now I don't really like how it's trying to bounce up there, so I'm going to close it, take the gain on it. All right, so let me explain to you like what I think price is going to do going forward. Okay, so we had multiple candles down. It's one time framing down here, so you definitely want to going forward. You really want to see if it can even take out this candle's high. So I'll be watching that going forward. Like, what does it do when it gets up to the high here? So we have, how many candles in a row down do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of doji. We'll not count that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down days in a row, guys. Like this is it's due for reversal. Like when was the last time I had 8 down days in a row? Maybe here. This is something I look at price a lot, like because the odds of it doing something is important, right? Like if you never see 10 days in a row, then when it gets to 8, 9, then you know that it's probably likely to reverse, right? No, like I'm just doing it to this here too. I'm not sure about. I don't really look at any other assets on a 5-minute chart, but you could do the same thing. It's kind of looking at like in almost a power 3 kind of way. So I definitely think we'll probably see a reversal up here. Now I'm not sure where it's going to go to because this redelivered that. It may swing back up to here. Let's see if it tapped into the trend line here. It does kind of look like this moved down a lot. Ooh, interesting. Where you guys think this is going? I think it goes up and retraces here. Let's go to like a hourly chart and take a look. Oh, this hourly chart looks really bearish though. So I definitely know it needs to come up to into here though. Like it attempted to get there, it didn't get there today though. But we did have the balanced area that's right there, which that was a perfect touch to that area, like perfect. And then so you had redelivery here, drop down. And why do I think a lot of traders fail? That's a really good question. I think they are just unwilling to change. In my experience, that's what it comes down to. So to be a profitable trader, you have to be willing to change constantly. Like you're constantly, especially when you're trying to figure it out, like you need to be changing a lot. Like you try something, change. Try something, change until you find what works for you, and then you just do more of that. But like most traders, like let's say the thing, like these core principles we went over, like most traders aren't willing to do some of these. Like they're not willing to only take small losses. They're not willing to only trade their setup. They don't keep a positive mindset. They're not willing to trade in certain time windows. They're just not willing to do these things. And like, You may not need to do every one of them, but you definitely need to do a lot of them, right? So if you're not willing to do, like, let's say you're not willing to use one time framing for your exits, that's a huge one. Like, that's huge. Let's say you're not willing to um, wait for the right side of the V to form before you enter. Like, there's just all these things that must be done to be profitable, and if you don't do them, you're just not going to be profitable. But it's all like, I don't know much about you, man, so I don't know your issues and like what you're going through. But if I had to guess, I would guess that you're probably going into tilt and blowing up, and then that's where you're fucking up, dude. So all these are cool, but if you go into tilt, none of these fucking matter, right? Like, so I would say 95% of you guys that are unprofitable, you're unprofitable because you're going into a tilt state. Your emotions are on tilt. That causes you to blow up, right? Like, you blow up multiple accounts, and then afterwards you're like, I don't even know what happened, man. So I went through that for a long, like, years, guys. Like, and it one day it kind of clicked, like, nothing fucking matters. The strategy doesn't matter. My risk management doesn't fucking matter. All that time I put in studying doesn't matter. That money I paid for the thing doesn't matter. My rent doesn't matter. Nothing matters if I go into tilt, because I will fucking blow up everything, right? So it doesn't matter if I spent the last 18 years trading, but if I go into tilt, I'm going to blow up, right? So that kind of switches your mind state. Your mind state needs to be stay out of tilt at all cost, whatever it takes, because your strategy won't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a perfect fucking strategy, because in tilt, you're not going to trade it. Doesn't matter if you have the perfect risk management system, because in tilt, you're not going to follow it. So, like, a tilt-like state's like, it's a hormonal imbalance in your body. It's like you're high. You're like not, and reality is shifted at that point. So, like, what do you have to do to stay out of tilt? That's the question. Like, what do you actually have to do to control your fucking emotions so you can actually be profitable? So, for me, 30-minute time windows. It is a fact for myself that if I trade for more than 30 minutes, the chances of me going into tilt every second after 30 minutes is rising and rising. And then after about an hour, after about an hour of like scalping hardcore, I am almost guaranteed to go into tilt. Like, it's like a 90% odds. I will go into tilt and I will fucking blow something up. So, like, that's a must. And then learn how to identify when you're going into tilt. So I do certain things, like I'll throw my mouse, like push my mouse away from me, I'll start cussing, like a lot of these things. But if you need to take smaller losses to stay out of tilt, because there's usually a certain thing that causes you to go into tilt. For me, it's large losses. That's usually my first trading mistake that leads to it. But I would not have taken that that large loss if I hadn't been trading a long time, because I wouldn't have made that shitty decision. All your decisions in trading lead to something else, right? So if you think about time and decisions as like they're paired together, right? Because that our way our minds work as humans, we can only make really difficult or high level decisions over and over again for a short amount of time before our ability to make the right decision, our accuracy starts to decline. So if you think about like if you were to draw this out, this would be like you have time here and accuracy of making the right decision here. So then as you go on, like at first you're probably making really good decisions, like 70% correct when it comes to trading, like direction, where you should put your stop, everything like that. And then I don't know why I use that of actual things. So then you would think about that, and then at about 30 minutes after that, so let's say this is 30 minutes. Within the previous 30 minutes, you had a success rate of making the right decision like 75, 80% of the time. And then as soon as it gets like to an hour, let's just cut that in half. That's probably what it is. Your ability to make the right decision after an hour in a row. I'm talking an hour of pushing buttons, like you haven't taken a break, you haven't got up to get coffee, you haven't went to the bathroom, you have not stopped staring at the screen, analyzing price for an hour, right? Like let's just you're probably like at like 40%. Like you have a 40% odds of making the correct decision. And then it just gets worse and worse as you go on in the time scale here. So then in about like 2 hours, you're probably only making the correct decision like 30% of the time, right? And each and every one of the mistakes you make is a chance for you to emotionally go on tilt. Like, let's just keep it real. Like, every time you fuck up, you're going to get angry. Every time you fuck up, you're going to get upset. And as you start taking more losses, as your decision making gets worse and worse, so does your emotions are getting higher. It's like the opposite of this scale. So this one, your decisions are going down, but your emotions are going way up. Like your emotions are climbing during this time. You're getting more mad, you're getting more upset, your dream is slipping away, and you can feel it, you can taste it, you can see like the writings on the wall that you're gonna blow up, and you're getting more and more upset. So like at what point does this cause you to just not give up? Like you go into emotional state that you can't control. Like I cannot, even if you were like, hey Jared, here's 50 G's, bro. If I'm in tilt, I'll say, fuck your money, dude. I'll do it myself. I don't give a fuck. And I would like if you were like 50 grand to stop trading this account right now, bro. I probably wouldn't take it, to be honest with you, because I'd be so upset at that point that I wouldn't give a fuck. So that's why you come out of the tilt state and you're like, ah, what happened, man? I can't believe I just blew up 3 funded accounts in 15 minutes, right? Like I was doing so good. Like, how did this happen? How could I do this again? Like, you don't know because you're not in the right mind. You're not. Reality is shifted. It's not the same. It's almost not even your fault once you're in tilt because you're out of control. Like it's not you. You have cortisol, adrenaline, and which are hormones, but they're also drugs, right? They also change your mindset. They're mind altering drugs is what they are. You just didn't ingest them, your body released them. So you're fucked up. You're high, you're whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so like avoiding you getting to like, let's say you hit tilt like here at this state, like this is emotional where you're emotional but you're not like fucking freaking out, you're not in a tilt state, you haven't released any like major chemicals that are going to really adjust your mind state too much. Like cortisol comes on pretty early. I would say cortisol is probably like right in here, your body, your stress, cortisol is being released there. But this is when you get like adrenaline, your testosterone's tanking while your cortisol's rising, and this is causing you're gonna fucking fail. So yeah, like your goal as a trader, if you're struggling with tilt, which I don't give a fuck what anybody says, everyone does, then your goal must be no tilting at all costs. Avoid it at all costs. Whether you have to make less profit, you have to trade less time, whatever it takes, guys. So like what I said earlier, like you're not willing to do what it takes. So whatever it takes to not go into tilt, because not going into tilt is the only fucking way anyone is profitable. Because you could be good for a month, you could be profitable for a month, and you go into tilt one time, you're gonna fucking ruin that whole month of trading if you don't have a way to stop yourself in the moment, like having the account. A lot of people lock their accounts, which mad respect for. So they lock their accounts because they know that there's a chance that they could go into tilt. So they lock their account to ensure that they don't go into tilt. They're looking ahead and doing stuff to prevent. They're preventing it from happening, right? So that's why, bro. Hopefully that helps you, man. Yeah, I know it was a long speech there, but it's very, very important. Everyone's blowing up from tilt, so All right. Exactly. Yeah. That's why some people at the exact same meals and wear exact same clothes, everything. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So if that's happening to you, then you need to make the decision that you're not gonna go into till anymore. And look at how many people left when I started talking about this because no one wants to fucking hear it, dude. This is like the last thing a trader wants to hear. That's unprofitable. An unprofitable trader wants to hear it's not his fault. His strategy sucks. It's the market's against him. But that's the exact opposite that you need to hear. You need to hear that's your fucking fault. And until you change, you're never going to be profitable. Because strategy is only 10% of it, if that, really. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nice, Norman. Nice. Yep. All right. Any questions, guys? I would begin with tilt. Like, so you, all right. So if you don't know where to begin, you really need to begin with Jared Tindler's book. You can get it, you can listen to it, but you need to begin with his book to identify tilt, like how to stop it. Like if you can't stop it unless you know when it's coming, right? So you need to identify within yourself like these warning signs that you're going to go into tilt. Anytime you see me go into tilt on stream, I say I'm about to go into tilt like 10 times before I finally do. I'll be like, fuck, I can feel tilt coming on. I feel I'm starting to go into tilt. Like I'll say it multiple times because I've learned like what I start feeling it really, really fast. Like that on Friday, I felt it within like 10 minutes of trading. I was just really emotional on Friday and yesterday for some reason. By emotional, I mean just like really quick to going into tilt. Like anger would boil up inside me really quickly. Like frustration build really quick. So I would begin with identifying like what in your trading causes you to go into tilt. Is it big losses, multiple losses? Seeing a trade that you just got out of go farther. You know, there's all kinds of everyone's different. For me, it's big losses. Yeah, for sure, bro. Let me turn off the YouTube because we're gonna get into some like some stuff I don't want to share publicly. So if you're on YouTube, you need to join my Discord, and you can join for free and come on Tuesday, and you can join this stream. So if you're not there, I'm not willing to discuss some certain things in public. I'm just not willing to do it. I put the link to my Discord here. If you guys want to join, cool. But I'm just never going to share this shit publicly. I'm just unwilling to do it. So um, I don't want to be stolen from me. You know, I want the whole world doing it because then it won't work anymore. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in charts. Peace.